All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, Dr. Bartlett here, or Richard, or whatever you want, that guy. Um, Happy Independence Day to the American audience. Happy whatever it means to you to the rest of the world. Happy down with the New World Order and the deep state for the whole world. Um, and that's good enough. Let's bloom the roses. Let's enjoy the roses. Let's smell their fragrance, and let's cherish life. So I think I was talking a little bit about guitars and that sort of thing last time, still a subject because once you get started, look at my hands, they're already starting to, guitar, do the guitar thing. Look at that. That's ridiculous. Um, I've been studying the Grateful Dead because Jerry Garcia is a master guitar player. I never realized that back when I was prejudiced towards against the Grateful Dead because in the early days they were drugged and sloppy. They were still drugged, but less sloppy as they got better. But I mean, anybody that plays together that long, they're going to get to know each other, and it becomes telepathy. And it's true in any relationship, any good relationship, even in any bad relationship. Unfortunately, you know exactly how to push the buttons of the other person because you can read their thoughts, you can read their reactions, and you can almost pick up on their mood and be in the same mood without trying to. And this is where the trouble starts. And this is how it starts to be beautiful in the beginning. And towards the ending, it's not so, right? You've got more of the fertilizer than the rose. And that would make a good Grateful Dead song, The Fertilizer and the Rose. I can almost, probably write some chords for that now. Look at my hand doing the chord thing. Uh, this is a morphic field. See, I mean, I'm not trying to do that. Look, my hand just does that. Look at here's the pick. Uh, Talked about this a lot. The body is your temple. The body is your platform for interpretation of your perceptual based unreality. Because reality, as I've often said, but cannot confirm, is beyond the state of, it's beyond a state. It's not a state. It's perception or awareness, and awareness transcends perception because perception is part of that of the senses, and everything of the senses is, in a sense, senseless. So, but there are these fun moments when you connect up in the dream state. So last night I had one of those. So I've been going through and getting Jerry's guitar solos because there's some guys that are really good at playing them and transcribing them so you can see the tablature and even the notation, which I like to try and read uh, as it's scrolling through. And I can slow it down and loop it and study it and play along with it, which is super fun. Think of those poor guys having to spin vinyl and turn it back to this point. Eric Clapton had to learn that way. It's like put a 45 on, listen to that one little part, and then play it again and listen to it again. Oh, can you imagine? And I grew up in that era too, so I did a lot of that learning. Um, Listened to a lot of music and played a lot of music. Whatever you love, that's what you're going to surround yourself with. That's what your dreamscape will consist of. Now, if you love fear and you love uncertainty and you love chaos, it's okay to love chaos because everything is kind of chaotic until you realize it's not. There's a pattern to everything. There's a pattern. So, an example. So, I had saved all these examples of Jerry's guitar solos, and there was one called Ramble and Rose, or Ramble on Rose, and I wasn't so familiar with that. So I decided I'm not going to record that one. It was the one I left off. Okay. So later in the day, I think I took a little nap and had a little bit of dinner, and then I came back, and all of a sudden, in my consciousness, Ramble on Rose came in. Now I don't even know what it sounds like. I'll have to learn it. But then I don't even know how I found it. I found a YouTube video that had I don't know if it had just been published or I just found it because that's the way the universe works when you want something. There was a video of John Mayer, who is now the guitarist, the lead guitarist for the Grateful Dead, or for the Dead as they call it. Uh, He did an hour-long presentation where he was just playing the guitar, talking about what he was playing, saying quite frankly that he needed to get back in the swing of the Dead, so he was practicing songs. And then he mentioned, here, wait for it, the perfect song with the changes that challenged him that he needed to learn was Ramble on Rose. Now that's the universe just laughing in your face and telling you, pay attention, there's always something happening, but you don't know what it is, do you? Kind of a Bob Dylan sort of thing. See you next week.